Yo guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's Fat and Happy Kid here, and today's video is going to be a car video. I'm going to show you how to do an oil change on a car. The car that I'm using is a Fiat 500 2008 model. The process is fairly stock standard amongst most cars, unless it's a specialty car, but most cars will have the same kind of process. So what you'll need to do this job is some engine oil and an oil filter. How you find out about what oil and oil filter you need, you can go to your car's manual and it will tell you how much oil you're going to need. My one is this one here. It needs almost 3 litres of oil, and to find out what grade of oil you need, I go on to the next page. Mine's a petrol, not a diesel, so I'll go to 5 watt 40 is the grade I need. If you don't have a car manual, don't worry. When you go to buy the stuff, you can just give the registration plate to the people at the store and they will have to pull out the factory specs and what you need. Okay, so the first thing I did was I jacked up the car on the opposite side of where the sump plug is. So if your sump plug is on the left, you'll jack up the right side, and if it's on the right, obviously you jack up the left side. So that when you jack it up, all the oil is going into the little area where the sump plug is sitting. So when you open the sump plug, all the oil is going to drain out as much as it can. I blocked up the rear end as well, just for a little bit of safety, because I didn't have any jack stands. I've just got the jack under here. So I'm currently under the car, as you can see. I've already started the process, but I can just go through the steps again. I've just got a catcher tray just to catch all the oil because it can get quite messy. What I've done is I've located where the sump plug is. If you can see. So that little thing on the side here, I'll bring it around. I can bring it around. Get the light. That will be the sump plug. So that's the bottom of the engine. That's where all the oil, once it's stopped running, will collect. And once you open that up, it's going to pour out. And also, if you look up here, this big white cylinder thing is your oil filter. Pretty close to the sump. Normally they are. If you can see on there, I'll bring it closer, the Z411, that will be the code. That'll be the code that you know what filter size and stuff you need. If you go in with that code and they say, oh sorry, we don't have that in stock, they should have to cross references with another factory filter that probably it'll be the same. It just maybe this particular brand has that code, but another brand that is the same filter will have a different code. As I said, the other people at the store should be able to help you out there. So what I've done is I left the car running for a little bit, heated up the oil, and then waited for about half an hour to 40 minutes for the oil all to come back in the sump, because it's a bit warmer and it'll flow better and it'll come out quicker. Ratchet with my socket on it. This sump plug is a 17mm. So I've got a 17mm socket on there. You're going to set your ratchet to loosen, so the good way to remember that is lefty loosey, righty tighty. And we'll just undo that. Mine's going to be quite loose because I've already started the process, but I just want to do the steps for you guys. So obviously, yeah, it's going to come out easy as. Once you do the initial undoing, it should get really easy to loosen, and then you can just take away the socket and undo it with your hands. But just be warned, once you get to a certain point, the oil is going to come out. So best to wear gloves, and also make sure your catcher tray is under, because it will get really messy. Try not to drop the sump plug into the oil that's in the catcher tray. Yeah, just hold it and then just pull it away, and all the oil should start draining out really quickly. Mine's not, because I've already drained it, but that's what's going to happen. While you're waiting for that to drain, just make sure you put a plug somewhere safe. So this is a little sump plug. Oh, sorry, there we go. Can't really see it. Yeah, it's just basically, got a thread on it, just screws into the side of the sump there. You can't really see it, I know, I'm sorry, it's under the car and the lights shit, but there, a little bit better. Cool, put that to the side. Why that's draining, why my oil's draining, I come up to, so there's my filter. I want to undo it, so I just get my hand in there. It pays to wear gloves, but as I've already drained this, I know there's not going to be much oil coming out. And all you want to do is, it should be hand tight on there. Some of them are a pain in the ass to get in, or get out, but this one wasn't too bad. And I'm just slowly turning it. This is I'm turning it towards the back of the car. As you can see, just slowly turning it. It's starting to open up. Oil should start coming out. There should still be a little bit in there. And then there you go. Just like that. And you want to just drop that straight into your pan if you want. And then just make sure the pan covers both areas where it's dripping out of something. As you can still see the oil coming out. There's still a little bit in there. And make sure that the pan covers where you just took out your filter as well. So mine's quite a large pan, so it's covering both. And that's all you have to do. Just wait till all that drains. Okay, so all my oil has drained. I'm just going to wipe around where I've just taken out the filter and where I've just taken out the plug. Just get all the old stuff off. I know you can't really see, but I'm just wiping it basically. Okay, now that I've wiped it, I'm going to put in the sump plug back in, and I'm also going to put in the new filter. So with the sump plug, all you got to do is just finger tighten it until it stops. And once it stops, just get your socket and just do like a quarter turn. Just like that, just to tighten it. You don't want to over tighten it, otherwise you'll ruin the thread and you're going to have oil leaks. So just a little quarter turn, and then that should be enough. Alright, so now we go to our filter. We open the new filter box up. You've got a little plastic wrap on here, you want to take that off. Just pop it in the middle and it should split like that. And see this seal? This is what suction cups onto the side of the engine there, and that's what will stop the oil from coming out. At the moment it's called a dry seal, and what you want to do is you get a little bit of your oil, open that up, the new oil, just put your finger in, just around the perimeter, and all you want to do is just make this, put a little bit of oil around this edge here. Just like that. And then you can just put a little bit of oil, about halfway full, just in the middle here. Just so it's already got a little bit of oil in there. And now just pop it, now you just got to install it back under the car. But you got to make sure the seal's nice and wet, so it suction cups onto the side of the engine better. And this will just go up, back where you had it. Just watch out for the oil, my love. This will just go up where you had it. You're just screwing it on. Just like this. Just screw it on till it closes against the side of the engine here. And it's all hand tight, there's no tools involved in this. You just want to screw it and then just torque it up until you can't move it again with your hands. If it's too slippery, a little trick is just grab a rag and then hold it with the rag. Sorry. And just do the final turns. until you can't turn it anymore. Once you can't turn it anymore, that's tight enough. So yep, I can't turn it anymore. I know it's got a good seal, and that's that done. And it also gives it a little clean at the same time, so it looks nice and professional. Okay, so we're at the final steps of this process, this oil change. So what you're going to do is, my first thing is I'll pull out the dipstick, give it a nice wipe with the rag, make sure it's nice and clean, because this is going to be your indicator on your level of oil once it's finished. My level is going to be up to the top here, but I already know from the factory manual that it needs about 3 litres of oil, and I know this is 5 litres, so I've got to have about 2 litres left in this bottle. But best practice is give this a nice clean so you can read it, pop it back into the engine like that, and then you're going to open up this cap that says oil, and that's where you're going to fill in your oil. I give this a clean, I get all the old oil off it, give that a little bit of a clean too. I have one of these funnels, just makes it easier to pour in. You just put the little nozzle in, it's got a little handle on it, you can hold it. It'll just make it super easy, keep it nice and clean. And I'm going to pour about 2 to 3 litres in here, or just about 2.5 litres, because I've already got a little bit into the filter. So I'll just pour this oil in. Look at that beautiful golden oil. Let it go down a little bit. The cool thing with the oil containers, they have a clear bit on the side so you can see how much oil you have put in. Some of them actually have how many litres are left. They go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up the side. This one doesn't, but I know that I've got to be about here for how much oil is left into the container. But I'll pour a little bit more in. Probably a little bit more. And I'm going to leave that for now. I'm going to let that settle. So let it settle for like, I don't know, 15 to 20 minutes. So it actually gets to the sump and so you can read it. And then that'll tell me if I've enough oil in there or just need to top it up a little bit. Okay, so I've allowed about half an hour for the car to settle. I've dropped the car back onto its tyres so it's on a flat platform, and now I'm just going to check the oil level. So the best way to do this is you just give it a nice wipe, get it clean, pop it back in, couple times up and down, then pull it back out. And as you can see it's gold right up to this top part there. That means the oil level is perfect. So it's got exactly enough oil in it. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. If that's perfect, you just pop that back in and job's done. I hope this helped you guys, and please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.